Hi, so in this video I wanted to show you how you can move the system tray in Awesome Window Manager from one screen to another. And basically the situation is that like if you install Awesome Window Manager and then connect an external display to your computer so that you have two screens, you'll notice that your system tray appears on only one of the screens but not both. And like at first I thought it was a bit strange, but then I did some digging online and I found several threads in various places. But for example, this Reddit thread where someone asked this question, like how to make it appear on all monitors, and then someone replied here that you can only have one system tray widget, and they give a reference to Awesome WM's documentation, where if you just look over here, it says that this widget can only exist once. So like this is just how things work in Awesome Window Manager, and at first it might seem like a kind of an inconvenient way that it's set up, but this is kind of just how it is. And so like honestly, like since I figured out how to move it between the screens, which I'm going to show you in a second how to do that, because it's not such a big deal. You usually only have like one monitor where you're looking at most of the time, and then you can just move your system tray to that monitor, and that's fine. Or if it's distracting you, you can move it to the other one, and that also works. So I don't really even though I'm kind of used to, or like I was expecting for it to appear on every screen, in the end it's not a big deal, and this kind of moving, having a shortcut to move it from one screen to another works just fine. But it looks like, also just like as a bit of a side note, I'm not gonna go into this too deeply, but basically like some people, like for example in this thread, someone says that they found a way to make this work using a pop-up sys tray, and they say that like they managed to set it up in such a way that this kind of pop-up that they created, they could set it up in such a way so that it appears on the second monitor as well, like they say over here. And they provided some code that they wrote. So if you're like really interested in trying to get it to work with multiple, like to make it appear on all the screens at once, you might want to look into this, but I haven't really tried this. So, but I will leave a link to like both of these threads in the description. So if you're interested, you can take a look. But basically, let me get to the explanation of how I set it up so that I can move it between the screens, and I'll show you how it works exactly and what code you need to add and all of that. So if you open up your rc.lua file, you need to find a section here that says key bindings, and then under key bindings there's this layout manipulation part, and basically the shortcuts that I created, they're based on these two, and so this is the code that I added for me to be able to move the system tray between the screens. So now I'm going to switch to another screen capture view, which might look a bit unusual, but basically here it is. And this is both of my displays stacked on top of each other. That's that's the exact layout that I have. So like when I move my mouse from one display, this is like my main laptop display over here at the bottom, and like when I move my mouse upwards, it appears at the bottom of my external display. So this is how I have things set up. And basically you can see right now that the system tray is on the external display right now over here. You can see there's two icons that it has at the moment. And I said that I based this code on on these two shortcuts, and what these two do is they focus either the next screen or the previous screen. So like if I press so mod key that's the meta key, and control, so if I press control meta J or K, you can see how the focus of the displays moves from one to another, together with the mouse cursor. So yeah, or K the same thing, but in reverse, but I only have two displays, so it does the same in this case. But if you had more, then there would be a difference. So yeah, and basically these shortcuts that I created, they do almost the same thing. So they actually start out in the exact same way. So if you take a look at this function over here, it says like awful.screen.focus underscore relative 1 and -1. So I have this exact same line over here, but I also added this line which sets the screen for the systray to that screen that the cursor was just moved to. So basically right now, like my focused screen is the external display, and I'm pressing Control Meta Alt J, and you can see that the system tray moved together with the cursor. So let's say I'm working here on my external display, and I want to move the system tray to the built-in laptop's display over here at the bottom. So I can press Control Meta Alt J, that will move it to the other screen, and then I can release the Alt and just press K or J in this case, would also work, to get back to move the focus back to my to the display that I was working on, to the external display. So at first it might seem like a complicated sequence of keystrokes to press, but once you kind of get used to doing it, it's very simple. It's just like press Control Meta and then hold the Alt if you want to take the system tray with you, or don't hold it if you just want to switch focus to the other screen. So like I know that I'm on my main screen now, so I just hold Alt and I want to keep the tray over there, so I release the Alt and then I come back. So it gets pretty intuitive once you just do it a couple of times. And also like mod 1, this is how you set use Alt in rc.lua, in Awesome's rc.lua file. So if you need to have Alt as a modifier key, you use mod 1. So yeah, that's why it says that here. So basically I'll share this code snippet. I think I'll probably create like a GitHub gist or something like that and share it so that you can use it as well. So this setup works for me just fine. Like I don't need to like really move it that much. Like I'm kind of fine with it wherever it is. And so like, but if I need to get it like on a specific screen, I can always use this shortcut to achieve that. So yeah, this is basically it. I hope you found this video useful and it helps you set things up more conveniently on your system. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.